All right, at this point, there's no rhyme or reason to any of this. For those interested, the gem I was working on last video, I got sick of making videos basically, and I just made the damn gem. And there it is. It has a horrible flaw in the middle of it, and this is why you don't bother making a gem from a terribly flawed stone, because you do all this. Here, I want to open that up so you see it all there. You do all this wonderful work, and I did prove to myself that the machine definitely works. Yay! Because I was very, very careful, and so I have a good stone that has its well, it has the properties that it's supposed to have. It does whatever it's supposed to do. It's symmetrical and all that good stuff, but it's got a honking huge flaw in it. So I mean, the one good thing about that is that now I'm not tempted to give it away to somebody, which is what I tend to do with my rocks in general, and now that I'm cutting rocks, no exception. So this one at least is one that gets to stay. And then today I've got a couple things in the works that I was working on while I was not making videos. I've got some well, what's this? This is beryl that it's really technically Goshenite. They called it aquamarine, but it's got no color. It's Goshenite. And then I did such a bad job of it that I kept having to hack it down until there was almost nothing left. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make a crown there. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Don't do that. See, you got to leave enough girdle. I mean, if you see this guy here that's been sitting here forever because I don't have a 96, I don't have the right index. I have a 64 index. So eventually, someday, I'll get back to this amethyst. See all that girdle there? I mean, that's lots. That's more than you need. Plenty of room to cut a crown, because that's the pavilion. But on this guy here, whoops, and I'm always dropping things, of course, much to the entertainment of my few viewers. This guy, you can't see a damn thing here, can you? Hang on a second. There we go. All right. Hopefully we can do something here where you can actually, I don't know why well, I know why. Because there's a lesson to be learned here, which is leave enough room. Get the lighting right? Maybe, yes, no, maybe. Leave enough room to cut the crown. Not only is this badly cut, but there's barely any girdle left. What are we going to do with this thing? I don't know. Anyhow, so I worked on cutting some beryl. Now I keep using the same design since I'm trying to get some familiarity with different substances, different materials, as we say. I keep just cutting the petal 8 cut, adapted for 64 index, so that I can get familiar with different designs. Now, the one I'm more hopeful about right now is this sunstone, first sunstone I've cut, and the first attempt at dot transfer failed. So this is second attempt. Hopefully this one will take. I switched from, I was using the epoxy, the 2-part epoxy, and for some reason that didn't take, and so I switched to super glue for the dot transfer. Anyway, we'll see what happens there. I've got lots of I've found a nice source, local source for stones. I have lots of nice interesting stones: apatite, scapolite, more sunstones. Looking forward to cutting a nice big sunstone. No schiller to speak of, but very, very pretty in my opinion. You know, kunzite, all sorts of interesting things. That, oh, and there's a nice shout out to the Fossil Cartel. Wonderful place to get rough, as well as crystals for those who are into crystals for other reasons. So I have some options, and I'm learning to use different materials. And I haven't gotten to the topic that I was going to get to today, which is these garnets. So let me pause here and then create another video, which hopefully someday I'll actually get up on YouTube, and in which case you'll be watching it.